Imagine this, a shadow from the edge of the galaxy, hurtling through the infinite black at speeds that mock our puny rockets. 58 kilometers per second, faster than any probe humanity has ever flung into the abyss. It's not from here. It's not bound by the sun's jealous gravity. It's an intruder, a whisper from another star's forgotten nursery, crashing our solar system's fragile party uninvited. And now, as it slingshots past our blue marble, something impossible is unfolding. The James Webb Space Telescope, that golden-eyed sentinel perched a million miles from Earth, has pierced the veil. Its infrared gaze, sharper than a scalpel through cosmic fog, has locked onto this ghost. 3I/ATLAS, the third confirmed interstellar object to dare our borders. But it's not just passing through, it's changing, deviating, accelerating in ways that shred the sacred scrolls of orbital mechanics. A trajectory tweak that defies gravity's ironclad decree. What if this isn't a frozen relic from some ancient stellar nursery? What if it's alive with purpose? What if it's watching us back? Let's pull back the curtain on the terror and the triumph of this discovery. It started in the chill of July 2025, when the Atlas telescopes, those vigilant hunters scanning the night for doomsday rocks, spotted a smudge in the southern skies, near the Sagittarius constellation, that cradle of the Milky Way's bulging heart. At first it looked like any other comet, a fuzzy heart wrapped in a diaphanous coma of gas and dust, trailing an anti-tail that pointed defiantly toward the sun, a rare flip of cosmic physics where vapor jets rebel against solar wind's push. But dig deeper, and the anomalies piled up like storm clouds over a doomed horizon. Its hyperbolic path screamed interstellar, eccentricity soaring past 6, higher than Oumuamua's eerie 1.2 or Borisov's modest 3.4. This thing was born billions of years ago, perhaps 3 to 11 billion, a time capsule from an era when our sun was just a nebulous fever dream. Kinematic age calculations, blending velocity with galactic drift models, peg it as older than our solar system itself, a primordial iceberg sculpted by forces we can barely fathom. Yet as it barreled inward, crossing Jupiter's orbit at 410 million miles out, the real nightmare began. Ground-based behemoths like the Very Large Telescope in Chile's Atacama Desert, that array of 8.2-meter mirrors drinking in the southern stars, captured spectra that danced with forbidden chemistry. Nickel vapor spewing at 5 grams per second, cyanide at 20, gases that evoke not just comets, but the acrid tang of industrial forges. No iron companion to the nickel, a duo that's as unnatural as a shadow without light. And the color shifts, from a dull red husk scattering sunlight like rusted iron to a blinding white bloom as icy particles erupted, turning the coma into a reflective shroud. This wasn't passive decay, it was metamorphosis. The coma ballooned asymmetrically, growing faster in the cold outer reaches than near the sun's blaze. As if the object anticipated the heat, armored itself in advance. Enter the gravitational heresy. Orbital predictions from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory's Horizon System, that Bible of celestial ballistics, mapped a clean hyperbolic arc. Inbound from Sagittarius, perihelion skim near the sun in late October, then outbound toward Gemini's twin stars, perhaps grazing Jupiter for a gravity assist in March 2026. But then, the deviation hit. Non-gravitational acceleration, 4.92 times 10 to the minus 6 meters per second squared, normalized at 1 AU, a force not from the sun's pull or planetary tugs, but something internal, thrusting sideways. Over 19 hours in September, the position error yawned to 1.1 million kilometers, 3 lunar distances off course. Lateral shift, not the forward nudge of outgassing jets. Solar wind? It whispers radially. Not broadside. Radiation pressure? Too feeble for this behemoth, estimated at 33 billion tons, a Manhattan-sized monolith of ice and rock. Whispers in the astronomical underground turn to shouts. Independent collectives, poring over raw feeds from 227 observatories worldwide, leaked the math. To sustain that drift, you'd need 4 kilometers per second lateral velocity, thrust rivaling our deepest space probes. But probes don't hail from another star. And then the rotation anomaly, a stable spin fracturing into harmonics every 247 seconds, too rhythmic for tumble, too engineered for chaos. Polarization data plunged to extreme negatives, unseen in prior interstellar ghosts, light twisting as if filtered through alien lattices. Arrival direction, aligned within 9 degrees of the WOW, signal's mythic vector, that 1977 radio screech still echoing in SETI's haunted halls. Fear coiled tighter when the James Webb entered the fray. On August 6, 2025, its near-infrared spectrograph sliced through the coma's veil, revealing a carbon dioxide-dominated haze, water ice crystals glinting like fractured diamonds in the nucleus. But the thermal spike? A 12-minute inferno of infrared fury during solar conjunction, cooling to void-cold silence after. No natural jet reverses so cleanly. No comet reorients with such surgical grace. Webb's mid-infrared stare, peering into the heart's heat, caught the anti-tail's impossible persistence, a stream defying solar repulsion as if magnetically corralled. And the mass? Anomalously dense, defying models of porous interstellar fluff. If the nucleus exceeds 5 kilometers, as high-rise images from Mars orbiters hint but withhold, then it's no rogue Oort cloud refugee. It's a fortress, armored against eons of cosmic bombardment. This is where the conspiracy's tendrils snake in, cold and unyielding. Why the blackout? In late October, as 3I/ATLAS vanished behind the sun's glare for its perihelion plunge, every major observatory, from Mauna Kea's Twin Keck to Chile's Paranal, lost lock. Not a glitch, not solar interference, a synchronized freeze, 47 minutes of digital void. When feeds flickered back, the object had jumped, not drifted, relocated. Webb's opportunistic stare on December 8th, just days ago, caught the echo. A streak beyond Jupiter's orbit, velocity unchanged, but position vector snapped like a quantum leap. Gaia, ESA's billion-star cartographer, confirmed it 247 seconds later, the pulse syncing perfectly. Multiplied signals, resonant echoes bouncing through spacetime's folds. Had it folded gravity? Used Jupiter's magnetosphere as a slingshot, not just for speed, but for something more? The International Asteroid Warning Network, IAWN, that UN forged alliance of space sentinels, from NASA's planetary defense warriors to ESA's vigilant outposts and China's shadowed arrays, had been primed for this. Formed in 2014 to hunt extinction-level rocks, they'd never tracked an interstellar phantom before. But on October 23, 2025, they did. A 2-month campaign from November 27th to January 27th, 2026, the 8th official exercise targeting 3I/ATLAS with unprecedented fury. Hundreds of scopes redirected, Gemini North's spectrographs dissecting gas plumes, SOHO's coronagraphs piercing solar haze, even JUICE's NavCam snagging blurry portraits from 41 million miles out. Officially, it's astrometry training, honing fuzzy comet positions against point source asteroids. But the timing? Suspicious as a shadow in noonlight. Just after the first deviation leaked, as independent feeds reported the lateral lurch. Behind the velvet curtain of official briefings, panic rippled. NASA's Planetary Defense Office escalated to Level 3 contingency, reserved for imminent impactors, despite the object outbound, away from Earth. Why? Because the math whispered of intent. Symmetrical corrections, aligning back to the original arc with machine precision. A secondary deflection, smaller but exact, like a spacecraft's nav check after a glitch. ESOC's encrypted bulletins confirmed acceleration unbound by gravity. Measurable thrust, a burst signature matching magneto-hydrodynamic drives. Theoretical plasma whips humanity dreams of for star hopping, but never built. And the rotation? Those 247-second harmonics weren't tumbling. They were modulation, motion as Morse code, pulsing through the void. Then the blackout's decrypted ghost. In those 47 lost minutes, a partial stream leaked from Vienna. Not images, not telemetry. Binary. Structured code embedded in the network's own veins, timed to the spin. Decoded, it spat coordinates, not spatial alone, but temporal. Jupiter's orbit, but time-stamped 2031. A return vector intersecting Earth's ecliptic plane to within kilometers. Hazard level 10, civilization ender protocol. Agencies denied it, archives scrubbed, but echoes persist. Amateur scopes in Australia's outback catch the 247 pulse from the asteroid belt now, circling back like a predator scenting blood. IRWN's public feeds? Vanished, restructured, they claim. But insiders murmur of Project Helios, a rogue net of encrypted scopes, jurisdiction-free, hunting the ghost. Is this the smoking gun? Recent breakthroughs fuel the fire. Webb's NIRSPEC didn't just map CO2, it sniffed exotic isotopes, carbon chains twisted in geometries unseen in solar comets, hints of nucleosynthesis from a star with alien metallicity. SphereX, that all-sky surveyor launched in May, stacked exposures from August 7th to 15th, revealing the coma's asymmetric growth. Icy ejecta, forming not a tail, but a sail, reflective particles boosting outbound velocity by 17 meters per second, echoing Oumuamua's phantom push. Lucy and Psyche, en route to their asteroid hunts, pivoted in September. Psyche's multispectral imager, refining the arc from 33 million miles. Lucy's LaLaurie stacking coma details from afar. Maven at Mars caught the hydrogen halo on September 28th, ultraviolet ghosts of sublimated ices. But the core, untouched, pristine, as if shielded. Yet the deepest dread, the resonance, that 247-second throb infiltrated Earth's nets. Radio interference sinking across observatories, a global heartbeat matching the intruder's spin. During the blackout, sensors hummed with low-frequency waves below human hearing, but etching into seismographs, gravitational wave detectors. As if 3I/ATLAS wasn't just traversing space, it was tuning to ours, probing our magnetic field, mapping tidal resonances, aligning with the solar wind's hidden currents. Jupiter looms as the fulcrum, a magnetosphere forge where plasma storms could recharge exotic drives, slingshot not just mass but momentum into warp. If artificial and the odds per low probability alignments, 0.2% ecliptic match, 1 in 500 fine-tune, hover at 30 to 40% in speculative scales, then this isn't a probe, it's a scout or a beacon. We stand on the precipice, humanity's gaze lifted from our petty squabbles to the stars in different maw. 3I/ATLAS isn't just changing course, it's rewriting the rules. Webb's revelations, CO2 comas, ice lock secrets, teach us of alien chemistries, worlds where carbon dances differently. But the fear? It's the wonder's shadow. What if it's not fleeing its birth star's death throes? What if it waited for this alignment, this ecliptic window, to slip in undetected? The IAW in silence screams cover-up, withheld Mars images, scrubbed binaries, echoes of Oumuamua's censored spectra. Conspiracies bloom, black-budget intercepts, SETI pings bounce back unanswered. Yet the truth glimmers in the data's cracks. This object, 33 billion tons of enigma, carries the galaxy's breath. Nickel forges, cyanide whispers, jets like laser-guided missiles. As it hurtles toward Gemini, closest Earth approach on December 19th at 277 million miles, our scopes strain against the night. No impact threat, they say. But threat? It's existential. A reminder that we're not alone, not central, not safe. The pulse echoes still every 247 seconds, blending with the cosmic hum. Is it calling, warning, or counting down? The universe holds its breath, and so must we. For in unveiling this hidden truth, we glimpse not just a comet's tail, but the frayed edge of reality itself. What secrets does 3I/ATLAS guard? What eyes watch from its core? The stars don't answer, but they listen. And now, so do we.